Here.
What?
Where's your beer?
Where's my beer?
Hey, welcome. We're back.
Championship night. We got a stranger here in the booth with us today. Grandma's basement's open to the homeless, apparently.
Nice. World homeless.
The indigent.
Yeah, we took a walking tour through Europe. October 14th edition of Turn5.Live. My name's Todd Labronte. Over here on my left, to your right, is DJ Everett, the voice of the Royal Purple Modified series. Over here on the right is Mr. Donovan Johns. We appreciate it. Whoop. Here we are in the basement. Welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry we took a week off there, but there wasn't enough content, evidently, or lack of give a shit, or I don't know what happened.
All of the above. It was rainy, it was cold, it was nasty. You're in Europe having a great time, so we went and had a gay fest together.
Yeah. You missed out.
Gay fest.
Yeah.
You missed out.
Nice.
We got photos we'll send you later on.
No.
There is some live streaming we did do, though.
Yeah, I don't care. No, actually, 1 week ago, right now, I was in the air.
You're always in the air.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
You were on your way home.
No, I was asleep. I'm almost on my way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my way home from Rome, Leonardo da Vinci Airport.
How many hours is that from?
Lots. It was 19 hours in the air. It was 19 hours from when we left Rome to when we arrived in Salt Lake City, with the downtime and so forth. Getting from JFK, coming in international, we didn't have enough time. We actually ran through the airport. This fat ass, you ought to see me running through an airport. I looked like OJ. It was fucking great.
We don't want to do that.
But I had to actually hold the plane going from JFK to Salt Lake City for my wife and my mother-in-law to get on.
They held the plane for him.
Well, they were
awesome.
trying to leave early, so. But
You're the reason.
I don't know. They're a bunch of pricks in New York. Let's just put it that way. Europe was great.
Did you fly into LaGuardia?
No, we flew into JFK.
I flew into LaGuardia once.
Yeah, LaGuardia is more of a
Shithole?
stateside airport.
Yeah.
Where the international stuff's more through JFK.
LaGuardia is just nasty.
The whole shit.
That's like going into the Karcher Mall.
The whole place is a shithole.
Yeah.
You know the place that was probably the dirtiest and trashiest of all of Europe that we went to?
New York?
No, I didn't go into New York. We just did the airport.
I'm gonna guess Italy. Somewhere in Italy.
The south side of France.
Hey, don't fuck with France, man.
Didn't go to France.
I mean, I'm sorry, Paris.
No, Paris was nice. Paris was beautiful. Paris is all one color. It's weird. They don't paint anything. Everything's the color of the stone, right? And so there's like rules that all the buildings have to look exactly the same, and they have little different architecture around the trim work on the building and stuff. I would lose myself. I can barely find my way out of a department store. Yes, I would be so lost driving in Paris.
I know what it was. It was the restroom in the bullet train, wasn't it?
No, it was Rome. Rome was dirty.
Really?
Yeah.
I would bet Rome would be.
Rome, a lot of graffiti, a lot of just. It wasn't bad.
Oh, you mean like trash dirt? I thought you meant by the priest touching.
Oh, no, I was in the Vatican, though. They told me to tell you how. I asked how you were recovering from
my family left the Catholic Church because I was not sexually abused when I was a child. I felt like I was left out.
You were left out. I think there ought to be lawsuits.
All right.
You are missing out.
Anyway, we're back, and racing happened.
They did.
Yeah.
Very cold racing.
I've talked to everybody I know about Italy and France and Switzerland. And
there's like
England.
4 people watching who have not known your story.
Yeah, well, I'm back.
All right.
So,
you're back.
I'm gonna fix my
actually,
microphone.
there is 16 people watching, so neither on your
the tens of us.
By the way, this is Oktoberfest. Very good beer.
Yeah, Sam Adams October.
And water.
He's got straight vodka. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah. I told him fish fucking that water, and he didn't believe me.
I didn't care, actually. I'll still drink it.
Fish poop, fish poop.
I've had this taste in my mouth before.
That's why you got kicked out of Long John Silver. Red Lobster won't have him back.
That's good.
Lovely.
So thank everybody for coming on tonight. I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, we have the Flores Group of Keller Williams, Tony Flores, and the group there. We have FVP, our friends there.
FVP Parts.
Absolutely. Our friend Marc Newman at AC to Z Mechanical.
Who now came over this week and gave me a very good servicing.
Nice. Oh, really?
Oh. Nice. Cleaned his ducts out.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And it's that time of year. If you're gonna think about heating your house this winter, you probably ought to get it handled. Mark gets real busy. Mark's a great guy, and he gets busy at that. So look up AC to Z Mechanical. Give Mark a shout. Great dude.
Yeah.
And
contact information is actually on the description of this show on YouTube, plus on our website, Turn5.Live.
Yep.
And tonight, we had the championship night at Meridian Speedway, but other than that, local racing was pretty light. We got Talladega to talk about, but I did put out there that we needed some phone calls. And we needed some text messages and stuff for the show tonight. So we're going to be looking for audience participation tonight in a big way, talking about things that maybe you didn't have a chance to talk about before or whatever.
Yeah.
The best, I have a surplus of certain product that I peddle.
Okay.
And so we're going to give away a case of Royal Purple. It won't be 2050 Race Oil XPR because I'm out.
Damn it.
Okay, it'll be good stuff for your personal car. How about that? Or for a 4-cylinder race car. How about that?
Ooh, I like it.
But for the best question tonight, voted on by these 3 people sitting here at the desk. Best question, either contact me via Facebook Messenger or on the show's message chat board on YouTube here.
Yep.
Or you can text me. I put out my cell phone number to the masses. Or Donovan or DJ, if you happen to know those guys' cell phone numbers. And we'd like to have some more fan involvement on the show than we've had in years past. Or weeks past. We've been doing this like 4 months. Fuck.
We're at what, episode 22?
Yeah, well, shut the fuck up. I corrected myself, don't you? Prick. But so we may even, Dono may even get out the old iron on and
Have
put
to make
on some
Turn5.Live
Turn5.Live shirts. They won't have your name on it, I don't think.
So are we going to be at the Truck or Treat?
Oh,
I think that's the plan, right?
I thought we were planning on Truck or Treating,
Yeah.
having a little booth over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving out some.
We'll bring the remains of Tucker, park it out
Yep.
there.
And for the adults, we're giving away little bottles of Fireball.
Empty bottles of Fireball.
We'll do a little package for the adults. That'll include Fireball.
And we will have...
Is that next weekend?
No,
it's
weekend after.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's right.
But we will have some supplies for parents
Kids.
whose kids aren't sugar candy friendly. So we'll have some toys and some doohickey doohads and things and stuff.
All right, on.
Right on. So, hello, Will. Hello, Jeremy. Hey, Matt. Meg Egley. And
Hey.
Mr. Sam
Matty.
Newcomer.
Sam Newcomer.
Yeah.
I've heard of that guy.
Sam, are you still still in California? I think he is.
I don't know.
He's in California. I think.
It depends on the day, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
He's getting his miles built up, though. He's
Right.
definitely driving back and forth. He's got that route figured out.
Yeah. Did a great job in that last show 2 weeks ago. So,
Yeah.
Sam's the man. He is the man. We love Sam.
yes,
I'm
indeed.
surprised you guys let me back in the studio.
We did have a sit-down meeting a few days ago about that.
Yeah.
We just couldn't figure out a good way to make you not cry.
You know, I brought you something back from Europe.
Yeah?
This right here. This is what. And over there for you, guess what? I didn't leave you out either. I got you this one. Those are my gifts to you.
Gee, thank you.
Oh, the love
There it
runs
is.
deep.
There it is. I love you both. Thank you guys for. Thanks, Sam,
We
for
did
taking
miss
care of
you.
the show.
We're glad you had a good time. We had a
Yeah.
good dinner the other night and hung out.
Yeah, we didn't invite DJ, did we?
No, he's wife and kids.
Yeah, well, I got a wife.
I'm in my own world.
I'm glad you finally admitted that. Years of therapy to get to that point, I'm sure. But anyway,
Championship night.
championship night. We got to get back on task here, guys. Please, you have to have some
Well, we
kind
have
of questions.
we have regional, national, regional news. We can
yeah.
hammer through.
We had
I heard there's a plate race.
Oh boy, we had
Already stopped caring. So then, in regional news, we had
Dega. We had Dega this weekend.
Jega.
Dega, did you watch it? Were you sleeping? Did you watch
There's
some of it?
There's some football on. There were Seahawks on at the same time. Seahawks kicked the shit out of some Raider pieces of shit. I almost stayed over there for that game because that game was this weekend. We almost made a trip around that, but there was no tour that would work. So anyway, yeah, Seahawks won. So I watched that and I taped the race and I watched it fast forward because it's boring as hell. You know how I feel about NASCAR. It's boring as hell.
I mean, so we have some winners. That's the big news.
Yeah.
Who won?
Okay, so NASCAR was at Dega, with the exception of Xfinity Series. We are going to talk about Xfinity Series. NASCAR Trucks Saturday. Timothy Peters won a Wreckfest in the Truck Series at Dega. Last lap wreck gave Timothy Peters a win. Let's talk about the Cup race today.
Yeah.
If you did watch it, it's been a long time since I've seen an entire organization so strong at one race. The Stuart Haas racing cars, all four of them, all four.
Cheating fuckers.
I don't know what they did, but man, oh man, did you see those
Cheated.
guys?
Yeah.
At
But you got new rules, you know.
At one point before that last caution, they had a 4-car breakaway from the rest of the field with about 10 laps to go, and it was like that all day long with those 4 cars. So, like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen a whole entire team at one race dominate like that.
Yeah, but a few years back, not to that extent, but I think the Gibbs cars kind of had something going at Daytona
Gibbs did
once.
for a while. Of course,
But it
old
wasn't like
DEI.
that.
No, I mean these 4 cars.
DEI did.
Yeah, that hasn't. I don't think, from what little I've seen on Facebook in the posts, that's DEI level from like the 90s.
So stage 1, 1st through 4th, SHR cars. Stage 2, 1st through 4th, SHR cars. That last caution didn't come out. It would have been all 4 cars, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know how they're going to end up.
I don't think they could have passed one. No.
But yeah, they're doing something. So. But Eric Amarola, because of that last caution, they went into overtime, 5 laps into overtime, and Eric Amarola made a last lap pass on Kurt Busch because Kurt Busch was sputtering, as you like to call it, in turns 3 and 4, and went on to win his 2nd career win in the Cup Series.
Yep, the Cuban.
Yeah, so that's 2 drivers now into the next round, which is going to be the round of 8. Chase Elliott and now Eric Amarola.
Yeah, which is weird because those guys have to go through. So the next race at Kansas
next week is
we've
the 3rd.
got a mile and a half cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah,
and my boy's got to win.
So
he'd been wrecked out. He blew a tire today. Didn't have any speed anyway.
Yeah. So looking at the standings after today, with Eric Amarola and Elliott automatically going into the next round because of their wins, Harvick is safe. Kyle Busch is safe. Logano is somewhat safe. The ones that are at the bottom is Martin Truex, but he's got a plus 18-point cushion over Brad Keselowski, who is out of the chase right now. So it's going to come down to probably those two drivers right there.
Unless we have somebody win.
Yeah,
like a Larson
or Larson. You never know. He's out of the he's
33 or whatever.
Minus 26 behind the cut line right now.
So he would need
if he wins, it's a possibility he could win.
And, well, the last mile and a half race he dominated and didn't win. So he was real happy after. I followed Kyle Larson because he's a guy, the kart guy. But what he actually said was he was amazed how much speed they found in their mile and a half program, and he was excited for the chase. So we'll see. And see if the kid can strap one on.
So that was a Cup race today. Congratulations to Eric Amarola. We're going to talk about Xfinity today only because our other boy, Christopher Bell, who's got 6 wins on the season, he is favored to win the championship this year. Guess what he did tonight?
I don't know.
He won a World of Outlaws sprint car race at Eldora.
Yeah! My man.
He won a World of Outlaws sprint car race at Eldora tonight. So
tonight or last night?
Tonight.
Tonight? Really? They're done?
At Eldora.
Oh, that's right. They postponed it.
Yeah.
Because the World 600 was postponed today. The
World
late
100
model race was postponed.
World
today.
100, yeah.
World 100.
Yeah.
World 600.
That Tim McCready won, but yeah.
Yeah. So, how about that? Chris Bell. Yeah, baby. Take the weekend off.
I just love it. I just love when these guys can transition like that and still win. You know.
That was AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti.
Yep.
Right.
Parnelli Jones. That was the guys who...
Stewart. Kyle Larson.
Yep.
Yes.
To be able to jump out of a stock car, a big, overweight, no-brake car, jump in a little itty-bitty dirt car and do the shit that they do.
That's a race driver. To me.
Yep. That's why in iRacing they have the Mario Andretti Award.
Mm-hmm.
He won Daytona.
He won them all.
He won the World Drivers' Championship with Formula One. He won all the dirt races he won.
Yeah, Andretti.
And,
The guy was the whole picture.
Yep. He had it all. And it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's cool. So, Christopher Bell, good deal.
Tonight, yeah. Other NASCAR news, you heard about the news between Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus?
Yep.
After 17 years, they're going to be splitting up at the end of this year. Chad Knaus is going to be
Breaking up is hard to do. Isn't that an old Neil Sedaka song or something like that? Yeah.
Chad Knaus is going to be William Byron's crew chief and employee of Hendrick Motorsports for the past 16 years. Kevin Meendering is going to be Jimmy Johnson's crew chief next year.
Really?
He's actually Meendering is actually Elliott Sadler's crew chief right now over at Junior Motorsports, and he's finished second 2016 and last year with Elliott Sadler in the final standings. So he comes with some credentials.
Yeah, good.
So
it'll be interesting to see how they both shake out.
Interesting, I guess change is good sometimes. So
Yeah.
But
That's 17 years though.
17 years.
I mean, marriages don't last that long.
17 years with 7 championships. Pretty much the only other crew chief driver combination that's compatible to that is Dale Inman and Richard Petty that had 7 championships together. Mm-hmm. Dale Inman actually went on to win 8 championships when he was crew chief for Terry Labonte in 1984. So Dale Inman has got 8 championships.
And and he was the real secret behind all the Randleman stuff that came out of the Petty deal.
Yeah.
I got no questions online yet, but thank you guys for welcoming me back. Looks like Sam. Looks like you're getting your your car's back together and stuff. That's
Yep.
good. What else? We need some questions for us.
Yeah.
No more milk and cookies for
Right.
Chad and Jimmy. I agree.
So while you're in Europe, I don't know if you heard the news. We talked about this before. We talked about this 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to bring it up again because you actually made a point of it 3 or 4 weeks ago. Sonoma's bringing about the carousel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So 2019.
That's a big deal.
First time since 1997.
Well, they'll probably fuck it up somehow and do some kind of NASCAR bullshit down there.
It's cup. I mean, 'cause they're gonna have to make do like the last time, make them stop and do a 360 and some
Put
dumb-
barrels of water on the fucking corner. That'd be great.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I have so little faith that NASCAR can put on a quality show anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we know. They got a few good races still left, but there's a bunch of them that are just
Darlington's still Darlington.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to race the racetrack.
Bristol's still Bristol, you know.
Yep. And, it's just some of the stuff they're doing and make it a charade. I don't like the segment racing.
I hate it.
I hate
Absolutely
it.
hate
It's dumb.
The mile and a half cookie cutter track, so we have like 20 of them.
They
so.
built, yeah, when NASCAR was doing its heyday, Bruton Smith and ISG decided that they were going to go out and build a whole bunch of
Yeah,
same tracks.
Kansas, Chicagoland,
Kansas, Vegas.
Chicagoland, yeah.
There's
Fontana.
more. Fontana's the same as Michigan, so
Yeah.
that's not a mile and a half. It's 2
2
miles.
miles.
Yeah, but I mean,
But,
it's they're the same track, and then they run each
Texas.
one. Why do a carbon copy, plant it in a different location? Say, look, it's a different track.
We had 2 at Michigan, 1 at Cali.
Yeah.
Texas.
Hi, Derek Barr. Good. Thank you for showing up.
Barr!
Absolutely.
Hey, how's the boy doing?
Hey, he wrecked last night.
He wrecked good. Wrecked
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F1 had the weekend off, but they are in Coda next Sunday. Yeah.
As much as I love everything about Coda, I also hate everything about Coda. It's
Just
so
because you buy raced it.
yeah, it's so fucking hard.
That is a driver's track. No
You
doubt about
can't
it.
take a corner off. You can't. I mean, and
No.
it's overly engineered.
Even going up the front chute, going up the hill, you're thinking the whole damn time about getting that corner right because that
Yeah.
corner's the hardest corner on
Yeah.
the track.
Well, and you're inching for every bite of speed you can up that hill,
Yep.
only to try to get over the crest of that hill and slow the fuck down, make
yeah.
that corner,
And your car's
not
light.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no braking. And those are we know what we're talking about, but we may have some people watching that don't. The Circuit of the Americas is in Austin, Texas, just a little bit
Yep.
southeast of Austin, Texas, and it's considered one of the finest paved road courses in the world. And the Indy cars have never ran there. It's been a Formula One track only, and special events. There's been some vintage stuff and some things there. It really hasn't been much sports car racing there.
No.
So it's only really been used once a year. The place is a palace. It's a
If you
gorgeous
take
facility.
every challenging corner or route of any track in the world, those engineers took every single piece and put into that track. It is not like you can lay up for 3/4 of a lap and then you have that one hard. No, the whole thing is hard. And then to watch it,
Yeah.
it's just it's insane the challenge difficulty level at
Yeah,
that track.
and those guys have got to be pumped.
Yeah. Yeah, with Lewis Hamilton's win last weekend in Suzuka, that puts him 65 points ahead of Sebastian Vettel with 4 races left, with Coda being
We
one
got
of
a
those
lot
4
of
races.
races still to go.
They
Their
released
season's as long as
they
NASCAR.
released next year's schedule already. They're going to be going into the first week in December next year.
Wow.
That's
So-
crazy.
Well, of course, they're racing in the southern hemisphere
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sam had a question online here. He goes, it's on the topic. What do you think about NASCAR going back to the smaller venues and having big tracks as special events? And he thinks maybe that'd be a better fit, better to fill the small venues with half full rather than big boring tracks. You know, I watched when they thought about putting a track in the Northwest. They were thinking about a 3/4 mile track somewhere between Portland and Seattle. And that would have been really interesting because they'd have enough hotels to do it and so forth. They thought about bringing back something with a little bit more character like that. And I think that would be the way to go. I mean, why do we love Darlington? Why do we love Bristol?
Used to love Bristol.
Yeah.
We still love Bristol.
Well, there's always been talk also about like the Xfinity series or the Truck series going back to tracks like Kern County,
Yeah.
like Irwindale,
Sure.
Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Winchester Speedway in Indiana, something like that. So yeah,
Yeah, I think
there's
automatically off the top, drop off 1/3 of their laps. Just shave them the fuck off. We don't need them.
yeah.
Back 100 years ago when they started this mess, and they're running the race, win on Sunday, sell on Monday, when they were literally taking cars off of the showroom floor, converting them to race cars and going, that mattered to show how awesome your equipment was. Those cars have absolutely nothing to do with anything on the street right now. We don't need a marathon. Right. It's not necessary.
Right. Yeah. So, Sam just mentioned Hickory Motor Speedway as well, when the Xfinity Series used to run back there, back in the mid to early 90s there. So,
Sure.
Matter of fact, a lot of the drivers suggested that as well. So, we'll see. I think it might be a decent move. It fill up the stands then, I think.
Yeah.
So,
And, I think that there's some tracks that the trucks used to run on. They even ran on Portland. They never ran on Evergreen, but they ran on Portland.
Yeah, they ran PAR.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Phoenix?
Phoenix?
No. Portland International.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran there.
Yeah, that was a while back ago.
No, they ran Portland Speedway. Portland International's a road course.
Yeah.
So they ran Portland
what I thought,
Speedway.
Okay.
Yeah, one time.
Everybody says Portland, I think.
Not the road course.
PIR.
The road course is across the
road course.
street, Delta Park, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam brought up, that the demise of Ontario Motor Speedway was the fact that it had a huge venue. It was the same shape as Indianapolis,
It was only open for 10 years, too, 1970 to 1980.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Only 10 years.
Now it's a dump.
Yeah. And then about 3 miles down the road is
Fontana. Yeah. 3 exits, or like 2 exits down the street,
Yeah.
right on the other side of the freeway. But yeah, crazy, isn't it?
So, no, I think, I think NASCAR's got some stuff on the table they need to look at. So, but the thing I want to, I'm sorry, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
No.
Same thing. One more thing before we leave F1. If Lewis Hamilton puts in a good race next weekend, he could clinch his 5th championship at COTA next weekend.
God knows that's a big
If
deal.
he wants to get that win total, he's got to maintain the wins. He's got to keep that streak going. He's got to get them faster than slower, as we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. Michael Schumacher's he's 20 wins behind Michael Schumacher right now to tie Michael Schumacher with 91 wins, which is the all-time win record right now in Formula One. Hamilton's got 71. Looking at Hamilton's stats over the last few years, 2014 he had 11 wins, 2015 10 wins, 2016 10 wins, 2017 9 wins, 2018 he's got 9 wins so far with 4 races left. So, yeah, crazy things can happen in Formula One, but Mercedes has won the last 4 championships in a row. The numbers look good for the next couple of years, but you never know.
That's what I'm looking at. The next year he'll get wins. He'll probably get just as many as he got now. But in 3 years from now, I can't see a guy maintaining a 15-year streak or a 10-year streak at that point to get that many wins. And competition, he's getting older, and competition is getting younger.
But I will say this: if there's ever streaky stuff that goes on in motorsports, it does happen in Formula One quite a bit.
It does have Formula. Yeah, remember when Red Bull was dominant?
Red Bull,
Mercedes
Ferrari
was
dominant. So.
Gosh, and you say Ferrari, and I got to think back to 2 weeks, a week ago, week and a half ago, being in Italy and looking at everything they do is Ferrari. I mean, they're nuts.
Yeah.
We were in a glass blowing place in Venice, right? And the guy blows glass, bitching. He makes a horse. And the horse is sitting there glowing red because the glass is still red. And he's like, Ferrari red. We're in a glass blowing place in Venice. And he's like, red horse for Ferrari.
Yeah.
And I'm like, looks around. I'm like, do I got a racing shirt or something on or what? So they're, the glass blowers in Venice. they're at Ferrari, making Ferrari horses.
I've got a few bucket things left in my life. Going to COTA is one of them, and then going to the Ferrari Formula One team.
Well, why don't we go to COTA next year for the?
I would love to.
Race?
I would freaking love to.
It's just Austin. It's a
right.
You just go one time in your life. It's it's fine.
Yeah.
I would love to.
All right, let's go.
We could do it. I think the Chili Bowl is above going to COTA.
Yeah.
And I'm shit out of vacation.
Well, I'm not. I'll talk to my boss.
Bye. Show me send some pictures. Fuck. But yeah, I want Europe was cool. But God, Chili Bowl. You need to
He
really
sends
go.
me a text message saying, "I'm at Monza right now." I'm like, "You son
I
of
know.
son of a." I'm just passing through the town though. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a
It's
little."
just outside of Milan.
I always tell him to tell the bus driver, like, give him $5. Take the exit, do a lap around
I'm
the
looking
track.
on my phone, right? I'm trying to figure out where the track is. The track is like in a park. It's like in a giant park in the city of Monza. And Monza is a smaller town, right? It's not very big, but it's on the outskirts of Milan. Milan's huge, right? It's built all around it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the industrial area, right? So we didn't stop there or do anything. We didn't even stop to take a piss or anything. I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thanks for sharing.
That's all I got for national stuff. We're really winding down the year now,
Yeah.
so
Regional.
Well, national stuff. Let's talk about regional. Then we got to go into the K&N race, right? Down at Roseville. A couple of our friends hopefully are listening right now. Randy Kerr and Steve Castile went down. Of course, Randy works on that program for Bill McAnally on those shows. With Bill needs the extra help. Spank went down to help out as well, and hopefully they're listening tonight on their drive home, or hopefully they're already back home and they're safe. But I know they drove down. But big wreck for Chris Eggleston. Yeah, big wreck for that dude in the 50 car. It looks like something broke going into the corner like an A-arm or something stupid.
I didn't get
And
to
I
see
watched
the
the
wreck
video.
itself.
Oh, Jesus. That was a hard hit.
I saw the skid
about it.
marks.
Yeah.
And,
Cole
Quinn
Rouse
Wall.
ended up winning the race. I guess it was a bit of a wreck fest all night in all the classes. They run the K&N race early, and then they ran the late models. And
the Pacific Challenge.
Pacific, Jeff Monroe's group, the
Yeah.
Pacific Coast late models, and then Jeff Stevens' North State Modified Series ran as well. I guess they tore up some stuff in both segments in there, and sad, but it's the end of the year. I think people just lose their minds at the end of the year because they know they got to fix it anyway.
Right.
They got time.
But they tore up some stuff. Just following some of the stuff that came across Facebook today. Typical stuff after a race where everything gets tore up. It's everybody else's fault, not theirs.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, drivers have never been at fault. It's always
No.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Usually it's me. They're mad at. But
The fun part is I don't usually get mad in the spotter stand, so I'm okay with it.
yeah. Randy's listening tonight, evidently, because he just sent me a text saying the throttle stuck on the
Was the
50
throttle
car.
hang?
So hopefully, Randy, if you're still driving, or if you're, hopefully you and Spank are safe. Hopefully you're okay. But it looked like it was a bad deal. Throttle stuck or something. I just went up there and turn one, just went bam. And the car got up on its side, and right down in there's some stands and some stuff, and the people from the pits watch at. And boy, I'm glad that car didn't get up in the stands or something. That would have been really bad.
Yeah. They got one race left at Kern County in 2 weeks.
That's it.
So
And Kern County, speaking of that place, I've been there, right? The place would be beautiful for a truck race.
Oh yeah.
Or a
Oh
K&N
yeah.
race.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bakersfield could support it because it's not. It's on the 5. It's not actually in downtown Bakersfield.
Right.
It's not on the 99.
5. Right
So you know where I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
you're up from the Magic Mountain area, Canyon Country.
Right.
What's
Valencia.
Valencia?
Yeah.
All that area down there. You're 40 miles straight up.
Oh yeah.
Straight up the Grapevine,
Yeah.
down the Grapevine. So 40 miles to drive. When you go to a Winston Cup show, like in Bristol,
Winston Cup.
That's going
whatever
back,
the fuck
that's
that's
going
called,
back a ways now.
the Minx.
We're not old.
The fucking Manx show. When you go to NASCAR's circus, we went to Bristol a couple of times, Richmond and so forth. Our hotels have always been a good hour's drive. A way just to get a hotel that's reasonably priced,
Yeah, reasonably priced.
So, Magic Mountain's got tons of hotels and all that stuff down by there. So
Yeah.
I think Bakersfield could support that really well. And there's 15 good hotels in Bakersfield too.
Been done before when Mason Marine was open. The trucks used to run there back in the day. So
Yeah.
I mean, if K&N can do it, trucks can run at Roseville.
No.
yeah.
They could.
I don't think there's enough infrastructure.
Oh,
I don't think-
infrastructure-wise, yeah.
I don't think it's there's no pits. There's no way to do it. Nothing to do with back when the trucks were running Mesa Marin in Portland, they'd have that halfway break stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think today's world when they did that so that they didn't have to bring full crews and all that
Yeah,
to do
you
pit
have
stops
to be able
and
to
shit.
pit on the inside.
You can't at Roseville. It's
Right.
it's unsafe. It's not going to work.
Right.
I think what NASCAR should do in the next couple of years, the next time the Cup guys run at Fontana, they should try Irwindale or Kern County on a Saturday night with the Truck Series.
Yeah,
They
like
should-
they
they
do
should
in
try
Indy
that.
when they
Yeah.
go to IRP instead.
Yeah.
And when the speedways running
Lucas Oil Raceway, yeah.
the Manx series, Manx.
Yeah.
Fucking monster energy. Stupid.
Oh, is that what...
Girls are cute, though.
So another regional news.
They just stand there behind the winner.
One of my favorite things that have happened in quite a while in small track regional news was the Oktoberfest. What town was that run in last week?
What the fuck you're talking about?
The link I sent you for when I'm losing it.
Yakima?
No. The
Fall Classic?
No. The one last week. I'm gonna help. 1 second. I'll look it up.
Nope. I want to try to guess though. What
No, it's Oktoberfest with.
is it? A race?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want everybody's attention here for a second.
It's a 100-lapper.
Lay off the drugs, D.
Hey.
Wait, I want you to guess this.
Shush.
This is a good challenge. I want to try to guess it.
Oktoberfest.
Somebody help me out with the iRacing guy. Got disqualified.
Vegas.
Oh, Ty McKeskey. You're talking
Ty
about...
Majeski.
You're talking about...
Oh, this is iRacing.
No, it's real. You're talking about... they got a bunch of those. Winchester was today. They got a bunch of those year-ender things.
Anyway, so Greg McHarns was the showrunner for that, and he disqualified Ty Majeski, who's from iRacing fame, also
Number one iRacer in the world.
of all time.
The
And he
Chuck
also
Deary
runs Super
track
Lates.
is what Randy says. Randy knows all about it.
Yeah, when Ty Majeski got disqualified for having an illegal setup.
Actually, his intake was too tall.
Yes.
Which means more torque, right? So they have a spacer or whatever. He had too much on it.
So he got disqualified. Second place got disqualified. Third place got disqualified.
Second place was too much left side weight.
Too much left side. Third place had the same thing as Ty, had the too high of intake. Race winner ends up being fourth place. If from me, the first thing I'm reading about that is the tech. To come down and to DQ Ty, one of your biggest names in super lates in the last 3 or 4 years. That takes some balls. But then to disqualify second and disqualify third, that's again in my world, that's just fucking cool. That their tech was that strong and that hard. And that sent a huge message to me when I look at what they do. And it's just respect out the ass.
It is.
So that's a hard call, and they made it.
I tell you, it'd be nice to have that much tech help. You know, and those technical things about engines. Mm-hmm. One of the beauties of what the rules package are for modifieds in the western United States is we don't have any of those fucking rules. Yeah. So we don't have the tech engines.
And I've talked to Randy Kerr. I'm glad you're listening, Randy. I've given him props for the stuff that he does as well. I love when a series is able to stand behind their guns and be like, fuck you, no.
Randy's the best in the Northwest.
Love him.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about him in the last few years, and then spending some time getting to know how he runs his shit this year is just fucking cool.
And he works his ass off, and he's done it for a long time. I mean, this is 20-year commitment that he's made to this deal.
Yeah.
So absolutely, and
he
was great when he helped out Steve York at Twin Falls. He was the guy we always wanted to be. So a compliment from Randy's a big compliment when you get one.
So I know my compliments are basically worthless, but
he's told us that La Crosse County Fairgrounds. He knows everything about it.
No, it's just again.
La Crosse is up in Wisconsin, so possibly right.
Yeah, that's just huge.
It's the icebreaker or something like that. They call it or something. Ice snowman 400 or
snowball derby down in Florida.
Snow liquor.
Liquor. So my hat's off to the guys who make that call, and we had that conversation on our show that's blocked that no one else will ever get to see.
Is our show's all blocked still?
Yeah, that one's done. They've shit canned that show.
Which was that one?
That was the who makes the call.
That was a good show.
That was a fucking good show. one of our best shows ever. You guys will never get to see.
Yeah, it was like we could redo that topic.
I would love, especially.
We're gonna have to. The winter, we got nothing to do.
Right. I think as one of the winter shows, we can definitely, as we're coming into we're talking about
reproduction
rules,
of the
in which I've thought about a lot as rules are up for after the show. I have no words. We were talking about last night over in Portland, Seattle, the Western Warpa.
Yeah.
And everyone starts setting the rules, setting their calendars, setting all that stuff. I think that's topics that we can definitely hone in on a lot in the off season.
You going to Warpa? You going to Warpa this year?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the truck's empty. I mean, if you guys want to ride.
Free beer.
No beer while I'm driving.
I would have to I'd have to go in my own car because right from there I'm leaving for California for Turkey Night that week. Okay. Want to go?
No.
Fine.
Absolutely
I don't have any vacation time. I'm fucked.
You're not fucked. You just took 3 weeks vacation.
It took 2. Dick.
And anyway, so I think that covers any other regional Anything going on?
What else happened? Well, you guys didn't cover anything about Yakima, about the Fall Classic.
No.
Dylan Caldwell had a good run at the Fall Classic. Josh Vanopoulos went up.
A handful of Meridian guys.
Yeah, and the Fall Classic is an institution. It's been going on for about 25 years up there. I remember going to the Fall Classic 20 years ago. Probably 95, 94, 95, right in there. And I watched so much racing, I didn't want to watch racing anymore. And I'm a junkie. And I watched so much. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night. All the heat races and preliminary shit was going on. They kept destroying stuff. And I was like, I don't want to watch any more racing. I want to go to the hotel.
You would feel that way after the Chili Bowl when racing starts on Monday and ends on Saturday.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But at least it breaks it up. I mean, each night's pretty cool, the Chili Bowl, because I watch it all. I do the pay-per-view on Chili Bowl.
Yeah.
They do a really good job with that. The cushion or whatever they are. They do a really good job with that.
Yeah, that was your house last year.
Yeah. I usually watch it in a hotel because I'm working. But, yeah, Chili Bowl was great this year. But, yeah. But all in one day, holy cow. I mean, Yakima on that Saturday, I think we got there at like 1 is when racing started. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning when we left.
Jesus.
And I was done. I just didn't want to watch any more race cars.
The mini stocks tore themselves up pretty good.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I hear they had like 30 of them there or something like that? Or?
Minis?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a huge car count. A lot of cars got beat up.
A lot of them. But yeah, it's what do you do? Yeah, carry this for a second. That's all I got to do.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right, go on.
Hey, we have a beer made. Hey, where's Riley?
Where is Riley?
I wish he was in Roseville.
Yeah, that's true.
So
okay, so I saw Mr. Barr on here. He made a post.
Barr. That's Kidlet.
He's doing okay. He's upset about the car, but we'll have it back together by the end of next weekend to head to Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you guys do in Vegas? I saw you guys were down there. If you're listening, I know we're not in. Or hey, I guess we can message you our phone number. You can call if you want to talk about your.
Can they call and talk to us?
Maybe I have a phone connected.
Who wants to call in and talk to us?
Or should we cover some more of Meridian? We're like 40 minutes into the show.
Okay.
We're on time.
We'll throw it out there. Whoever wants to call and talk to us, they can, I guess. Maybe.
Call up. Yep.
Private message me.
Remember, there is a case of Royal Purple, 6 quarts of high-end synthetic lubricant for the best show contributor tonight.
It's not going to be any of the three of us, I can tell you that.
I'm telling you, Sam Newcomer's kicking everybody's ass right now, so there better be somebody stepping up. Randy Kerr, show contributor. He's helping out there a little bit, but we need some questions. We need some topics. We need you guys to bring up some stuff. It can even be controversial and call up and say, that fucking LeBron, he fucked me on a race once and I fucking hate him. And that's fine. Let's talk about it. The Doodah Man?
I might call him Tim Top. Tin Top.
I don't know. They went back out, dude.
He
You
likes
gotta give him credit.
He likes it better on top.
Oh, he said that. I didn't. But,
when you can go on your lid, come back out. And say, that's almost a Larry Hold move.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we did that once with Larry Hull's mini stock.
Right?
We were stuffing springs and shit back in the. I zip tied his springs back in his fucking race car one night.
Which time? How many times did he either
I
go
don't
upside
know,
down or
but
up
he
on
ran
the wall?
like third.
Jesus.
TJ came out on the grade all once. We finished 5th.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, so taking that, I guess we can back up. Go with Derek Barr, who messaged.
Sure.
They had 5 or 6.
Yeah, very few.
Very, 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 almost heart-wrenchingly sad main event for the Legends at Meridian last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little impatience there. I mean, I'm not the first. I'm not. I know Derek's listening, and I love his kid, and I love Derek. But
I love
the heat
watching
race. He
Derek
got away with
drive.
it. The main he didn't. And 3 wide in the middle's never going to work at Meridian. I understand he had to get up there and beat Ethan to the front to have a shot at winning, but holy cow, you're endangering other folks and yourself too. So he'll learn from that.
Yeah.
I know that Derek will talk to him about that, and he'll learn
And
from that.
how old is Barr?
Donovan?
Yeah.
I don't know, like 17.
Is he that old?
Yeah, probably. Derek, how old's your kid?
Derek. I thought he was like 15.
He's older than that.
Is he?
Got to be 16 to run a mod.
14.
Oh, I'm sorry, 14 run a mod. Shit, my bad. We changed that
It's
this
your
year.
series.
No, well, understand. It's 14 is 16 without the other rules.
Right.
To go with it.
But
And so the 5 of them show up.
yeah,
It was a competitive group. I mean,
Sure.
they didn't
Donovan
have-
is 14. So
He is 14.
He's old enough.
Okay. For how old he is and watching him wheel, I love watching Donovan.
Yeah, he drives the shit out of this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, he's aggressive as fuck.
sure.
Fantastic.
He
But
ran,
it bit him last night.
It did. I mean, he's done a lot of moves this year and gotten away with them. And just last night, with as bad as that track was, which as a driver, that was horrible.
Let's
As
do
a
that sound
fan,
again, hang on.
holy shit, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
What? Okay, Donovan.
Sorry.
John's not Bar. As shitty as that was exciting for me to. Ow.
Yeah.
Thank you. I liked watching a cold, nasty track with hard tires because it's the
You're
driver.
the only one.
Oh, it's awesome.
you gotta
It's
gotta
amazing
pedal
they
it.
got through the ISRL Pepsi Sprint Car race
Oh
without
my
flipping
god,
somebody.
so many.
I was talking to Ryan Newman in the pits right after his qualifying effort. He says, "Man, you had to pedal that thing all the way, even on the straightaway, everywhere."
It was bad. It was so bad.
Just
That was one of the worst surface to tire shows I think I've ever seen at Meridian. It was so freaking bad.
It rained. It took all the rubber and all
Right.
the compound
And
and
it's
everything
been-
from all summer off the
The
track.
temperature dropped like a rock. We were 75, 80 degrees a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, what did somebody say on Facebook today? It was like when you're passing a state trooper. You go from 90 to 55 in 30 seconds.
yeah, I saw that.
That was watching last night. Shit, that was awful, but beautiful at the same time because
It's a driver track,
Yeah,
so
and we had Bar going to the water barrels. We had the mishap at lap 1 of the superstar
the Pro 4.
Pro 4s, but we didn't really
I sent
have
you that picture, by the way.
Yeah, I got it. But we have no other major wrecks.
No, thank God.
nothing
No.
major.
I mean, I was really worried about the ISRL and
yeah,
the Pepsi
There's
Sprints
a couple of cars out there who's
block and just, there's some of them just change lanes all of a sudden and, they're fast too.
Yeah.
It's just, they don't have enough experience for what they got.
Yeah.
And,
Lane control was at that art form was at a loss for many drivers.
a little bit of show contribution from Sam Newcomer. Sam,
Newcomer.
the driver's license age in Idaho is 14.
That was
14 with a permit.
with permit, yes.
Will asked what car did James Paul race in the Pro 4? It was Sean Young's.
Yeah, the number black and white 62.
And hey, unsung hero of the weekend,
Yeah.
Mr. Sean, or Mr. James Paul. Sean
James
Newcomb.
Paul
James Paul won the
you're thinking
Hornet
Sean
Main.
Hannaford.
Won the Hornet Main.
drove his ass off in that race.
Yes, and did 360s and
Couldn't
stuff.
figure out how to do a 360 to save his life.
Yeah.
Should have probably won his Pro 4 heat. He could have been a little more aggressive there. And
No,
and then
that's not aggressive. He needed to learn how to roll out of the corner better. He gave away that command.
it wasn't his car, and it was a
Right.
cold last night.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
maybe he was being careful. That's good.
That's one thing.
In the main event for the Pro 4s, survived the accident, which happened really in front of him.
Yep.
And just held his line, didn't panic and lock the brakes up and slide into it, which was good. And finished 5th in the Pro 4
he
main.
was one of 2 cars that got through that incident.
Yeah.
So
Throw that picture up while we're talking. about it.
Okay. Stop. Don't tell me what you. I will say the side-by-side battle he had with Chandler for those few laps. I think he grew a lot as a driver during that.
He caught that car going into one time. That car was gone. I thought he blew a tire or something. He caught that car and drifted all the way around the corner. And for not having much experience or any in a rear-wheel drive car, it's pretty good.
yeah,
For as little seat time as he had in a powerful rear-wheel drive car, he handled that better than I ever could.
Well,
Yeah.
power. Okay, power.
Come on, he's got more than his mini stock or his. Oh, I gotta find this picture now.
I want to keep bugging you, so it takes forever.
It does. Trying to sort through all my porn here that you send me.
Hopefully, I don't send you any porn. I keep that for myself. But unfortunately, we had a wreck. We had a wreck at the start of the Pro 4 main last night. The 67 car of Summers. Is that Summers?
Yeah.
Just decided the bottom was a good idea when there was a car down there going into 3. In my opinion, was all on him.
I
It was
think
all
he
on
figured that as long as the nose was behind the driver of the car, it's okay to go down.
the other car has to have a place to be on the racetrack. You have to have the, if there's a car alongside you, and I know he feels terrible. So okay, I don't know the guy, but everybody says he's great.
He's a good guy, actually. He is.
He came down on the car on the pole, which
he
was
made a bump
Jonathan
hit.
Hull's old car, the 04.
Then,
He came down on him, and they all went around. Your experienced drivers, your Chandlers, your Frees and stuff, pretty much had it stopped. The cars who couldn't see, the 96 car of Scott Schumacher, the 39, who had to start in the back of Brandon McLean, kind of pile drove into Freese there. You can see him in the picture.
Yeah, the blue blob with all the yellow suits around it. That's Duda upside down.
Yeah. Jordan Harris did a great job spinning out to avoid. Those guys just loop their car. Of course, the best way to stop a car quickly is spin it out. But the blue car, Duda, drove over the right front corner of Summers' car as Summers was spinning around. Nothing Duda could do.
Right.
And the right front of Duda's car hit the right front of Summers' car. They were inverted. Like Top Gun, what did they say? We were inverted.
I was flipping him the bird.
Flipping him, keeping up foreign relations. So Duda, basically his right front tire climbed over Summers' right front tire, and it just slow rolled. He kind of drove over the nose of the car.
He did a Tommy tip over.
He did a Tommy tip.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You probably don't.
No.
But
I'm too young.
I was worried. They picked the car up, put it on the grade, all and stuff. They did a good job of flipping the car back over. Alex got out of the car, but they left a lot of stuff on the ground, like oil and things. When they said the car was coming back out, I was worried about the Toyota motor that's in that car, because all the oil runs up.
Ford in the
That's
12.
that's Barton's old car.
Oh, okay.
So all the oil ran into the head. I'm sure. I was really worried about how much oil they had in the motor still.
Yeah.
Hopefully they checked that because it lasted. It wasn't perfect anymore. I'm sure it was towed in really bad.
When I was talking to him, he said that it didn't even bend an A-arm. He just lost a tire, put a new tire on it, went back out.
Wow.
Jeremy says it looks like the last race of the Royal Purple Modifieds.
They're funny.
Funny, Jeremy.
Someone has a 1-lap penalty coming for the first race of...
I was thinking about, don't you have a Hornet you were trying to sell? I was thinking about buying. Why do you bring up nastiness? Yeah, we were going to have a hell of a Royal Purple race till we had that same thing looking. Yep. And one thing I do have to admit, look at those hardy souls sitting out there in the stands. Right. We didn't have a lot of crowd last night. And looking at that picture,
I would not call what was in attendance last night a crowd by any measure of the word.
the Hornet guys' family that was still in the stands at this point, the couple of the Hornet guys and some of the Bomber guys' families. We sold each other tickets last night. Kudos to Adam Nelson and Meridian Speedway for not just shutting it down. That wasn't a profitable venture. Those guys did what they could do. But it wasn't a huge success as far as crowd count, but was a great success as far as camaraderie and doing what you said you were going to do.
Yep.
And sticking to it. So, hats off for those guys.
So where do you want to start? You want to start with Bombers?
Why are you looking at me? I don't run the show.
This is a triad.
I run the show now. We're going to start with Bombers.
I'm the captain now.
Look at me.
Actually,
I'm the captain now.
When you were gone, actually, it felt kind of good sitting in that chair. I'm like, okay, I'm running the ship now.
We'll start. I think Bombers put on a show.
Yeah. Doug McGarva is actually tuning in right now. He said something about Enduros. Doug, why weren't you running last night?
Yeah, Doug.
Where was your bomber last night,
Doug?
Jeez. But
thanks for being a contributor. You are now into the running for a Royal Purple case.
Yeah. He's in the running.
Yeah.
First time winner ever in anything at Meridian Speedway is what he told me last night. Nick Durbin.
Dick Nurbin!
Yeah.
That's off. Let's give him the clap.
Hey, Durbin did it.
Dick Nurbin.
No, we don't call him that anymore.
I do.
Okay.
I love him. I can call him that.
I like Nick.
Hey, Nick's a good kid.
He tries real hard. I mean, when you look at what he came from.
He's a great kid.
We had a bumpy start back like 5 or 6 years ago, but now it's all
when
good.
he was born. He had a bumpy
Right. No,
but he
for the
worked his ass
for
off
the
a little.
wrenches they threw at the drivers, they had to in the heat races stop and go. He successfully completed stop and goes every lap.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
I think so.
I think he was the only one.
And then in the main event, they had to do the 360.
And they unexpectedly dumped water on the track as well.
Oh yeah, Nick was not expecting
He
that
was
water.
leading.
I know.
That guy was pissed that crashed too.
Oh yeah, the
55.
Yeah, 55. Oh, he walked. He was gone.
He was less than happy.
He pulled a Latham.
Yeah.
He pulled a Latham? Oh, Neil's listening too.
He pulled a Latham.
will
He
tell
got
you-
out the car and left.
I will tell you one thing. I've never seen Dirk run so fast.
I didn't think he
my
had it
life.
in him.
He gives us all hope. We
Right?
can all run fast.
He covered that whole.
This is 3 tons of fun sitting here, and he actually outran us all.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Who's the driver? We got a name on him.
I'll look it up.
Anyway, yeah, you could tell he was pissed.
Stu?
Yeah.
Stu.
Stu
Racer Pedasso.
Pedasto. His last name's Pedasto. His first name's Stu.
Yeah. He was not the whole. I think it caught them all off guard. They were all running. All of a sudden, there's water, and the Durbin went in the wall. The 55 had a hard hit in the wall.
Well, he actually assholed Durbin all the way into the wall. Durbin
Yeah.
Durbin glanced off it, kind of drove up it.
He took the bumper off on the wall.
Just Freeman.
Freeman.
Yep.
Just Freeman.
Yep. Just Freeman. Jess. Keep leaving your car like that.
Yep. It doesn't endear you to the safety officials.
That's right.
All right.
Doug
so-
was hunting, he says.
Yep. Neil Latham
definitely
just texted me. He loves the pulling a Latham.
Pulling a Latham. He totally Latham that track.
He totally Latham Dirk. Did he F-bomb Dirk?
We're going to keep that
Did
going
he
for quite a
F-bomb
while.
Dirk?
There's a lot of pointing that I remember.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So it was
cool.
an eventful run. And then Durbin got off the track, got right back in line,
Yeah.
and did it for the Hornets.
Yeah, so,
real quick before we leave the Bombers, congratulations to 2018 Bomber Championship. Marinda, I wanted to say, but I'm going to go Davis.
Whatever.
Right.
Miles Davis. Davis Miles.
Hey, Miles Davis, come on.
Okay. You got it.
But
You got it.
I will say also, thank you for the shots. Yum.
You guys had shots?
Oh yeah, good stuff. Not bottom shelf, not mid
Missed
shelf.
out.
The kind that it goes in,
Thanks,
and you
Miranda.
just go.
Appreciate it.
That's why God loves us.
Love you. Nick Durbin, Wayne Torkelson, Rob Taylor. That was your top 3 last night. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Nick. Good for him.
Yep. So jump up to the mini stocks, the
Hornets.
mini Hornets.
Mini Hornets. And James Paul, who's going to be winning
Got
his very first championship this year,
Yep.
looks like.
Yeah, well deserved.
Yeah.
He jumped your old car.
He's in a damn good
How many
car, too.
championships does that car have?
It'll be the second one.
Second car championship.
And that car still, for all the hell that car has been through,
Yeah.
that car was on a rail last night.
Cheating
What?
motherfucker.
Right. So at the same time, you built a damn good car. Shit, you are cut off.
Golly.
You haven't even had that many, and you're like,
what the hell did you do over there?
it's
Did I
like,
tell you?
Over it.
Did I tell you?
are you still on
That was
like
none of your
alcohol
fucking
lag? you got like alcohol lag, but jet lag.
No, there was wine, baby.
Yeah.
They know. Yeah, you know it's cheaper. This is no shit. It's cheaper in France and in Italy to buy a full glass of wine like this big than it is to buy a Coke.
I see no problem with that.
Probably because it's made there, where you have to. I don't know.
I had, the first night I was in Europe. You know what I had for dinner? Five
Snails.
Guys. I had 5 Guys.
Well, I mean, yeah, the two of us earlier.
Well, I had 3 guys. Well, three women would have been better. But,
You had 5 guys. Well, you were in London,
well, when you're in London, do as the Londoners do.
right? You had 5 guys.
Well, I was hungry.
Oh my.
No, they had 5 guys. Fuck it. I wanted 5 guys.
Speaking of 5 guys, how was that top 5 in the Hornet main event?
Yeah. So
Is it me or is it hot in here?
It is smoking hot in here.
Hot and hot.
Hey, so I had Marc Newman with AC to Z Mechanical come over and service my furnace.
Yeah, you didn't
It
service
is
air conditioner.
fucking hot in here.
did a great job.
Crazy.
So Hornets did the same thing last night. They had to do the freaking 360.
Yeah, they did. Some of them remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some remembered.
Actually,
Jet Nelson won the heat race because he was the only car to stop every lap.
Yeah, they did the stop-start thing.
Yep.
Actually. And I still think Breach is nuts. He was out there holding the stop
I know.
sign like 10 feet off
I
the
know.
track.
You know, what do we talk about all the time?
Safety.
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 Safety. Safety. Safety. Safety. Safety.
Safety.
And
Safety.
So, like, the one guy with no knees stands
And it's always
a
preaching.
card length
always
off of the entry to 3.
I'm just guessing Breach isn't real fast. I don't think he can move real quick.
So when the bombers
Love
started
you, Dan,
sliding,
but-
when Miranda went sideways into 3,
Yeah.
and he started like, oh,
It looked like Steve Austin running the opening of the $6 Million Man.
I noticed that after that, he stayed by the golf cart.
Yeah.
They put somebody else up there. He was all worn out.
Yeah.
I love you, Breachy. Don't do that no more.
And God bless Brent
Don't scare us
Artie
like that.
for calling that out constantly.
Yeah.
Every 30 seconds.
God bless you guys, because that was not
You know,
safety.
what's cool about that track? We get through championship race in September, then we go on to the funny, loony stuff in October. You know?
What?
Our beer isn't cold enough.
I gotta turn the refrigerator down.
Well, turn the fucking... You
Do you see how close I am to that thing compared to you?
son of a bitch.
Do not.
Our first
Fucking
brawl.
headphones on.
So anyway, yeah, Hornets did a great race. That was a
Beer is like kind of cold. Next.
James Paul
James Paul.
wins his 5th main event of the year.
84, piles it into the water barrels, fixes it, comes back. Don't even. I will tongue punch your fart box.
I got you like a trout.
Mike Davis, I thought she was going to kill Dan. We thought so too, Mike.
Oh my god, yeah. I saw Dan Breach's eyes.
Don't scare us like that, Dan. Oh
Yeah,
my
good
gosh.
God. You're too old and too slow for that shit.
He's unfortunately a man that can't run fast like Dirk.
Yeah.
Dirk.
Yeah, put Usain Bolt in that corner. He might have a chance.
Usain?
Who scored 2 goals in his outing the other night.
What the hell are we talking about?
Soccer.
Nobody gives it 2 shits about soccer.
Yeah, like 90% of the world.
I don't care.
You need to be more. You know what?
know,
You need to be more passionate about other people's. You know, I like F1. You don't. He likes soccer. You don't.
You need to shut the hell up.
All right.
That's what you need.
I like Corvairs, crazy motors.
You like Honda motored Corvairs, which that's a whole different topic. We're gonna have a hot rod building
Show one of these days.
I don't care. It's my passion.
You just got a video of Chris Douglason knocking the wall down.
Ooh,
Oh.
sweet. We'll have to find
Okay.
that. So real quick.
So James Paul, Jordan Yano, Austin Blanton. Okay.
Austin Blanton.
Yeah.
Yeah, in practice,
Drove it right into the,
The
water
TI
barrels.
Corp.
and he had to go get another. He told me he had to get another radiator and do some other stuff, and he comes back and finishes 3rd.
Right.
It's awesome.
So
I've got a YouTube link is what you sent me. Mm-hmm. Yep, so hats off to
So,
them.
one race-
Super Stocks.
one race left for those guys, and James Paul will wrap up his championship.
Featuring a couple of modifieds.
Yeah.
You know that white car, the
The
70
white
car. That's ran as a modified all year. To
No,
me,
the-
that's a modified.
82.
Yeah.
And the 81 has
80
also been a modified.
It's
Yeah.
a modified.
Yeah.
Right. So all of a sudden they've been dubbed Super Stocks.
Super
But
Stocks.
regardless.
Super modifieds.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not right. That's just that's sacrilegious.
Yeah, that's
Don't
dirty.
insult- don't
Go wash
insult.
your mouth out.
And some super modifieds like that. So Tommy
So-
Harrod, I believe that's his very first main event win.
Really?
I think.
No.
Has he won before in the Super Stocks?
Got to.
I know. Somewhere.
Does anybody know? How about this? Does anybody know that is Tommy Harrod's very first Super Stock main event win?
Nice.
I don't know. I thought it was, but maybe not.
Hey, guess what?
Huh.
Oos. My buddy is Mike Pecco is actually watching the
Pecco.
podcast right now. This is for you, Big Oos.
Becco.
Pecco.
I
He
got
has
Pecco.
no idea what a race car is, but he's
water.
watching. He doesn't. He's a
Pecco.
football player.
Becco.
He's a weightlifter. He's giant. He's great. Here. This is for Pecco.
One day, Pecco.
I got water too
You have
for you.
one more time this year.
That's it.
You got to make it.
Yep. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the truck with Pecco tomorrow, driving to Utah. I work with Mike. Anyway, we love us some Pecco.
All right. So, kind of a shit show on that
Yeah.
one. The
Yeah.
Tommy Harrod, Chuck Youngblood, Gail Carter. That was your top 3.
Gail Carter. He's older than me.
who's
He's
the
old.
7 car? Ripperetti.
Josh Ripperetti? Is
Who
that
the
his
hell
name?
is that?
Is that his name? Josh Ripperetti? Is that his
Sure.
son?
Of the
I
other
would
dumb shit
think that's.
Ripperettis.
I would think that is. You know, I've known the Ripperetti family a long time. They ran Pro 4s out of the Sacramento
Josh
area for a long, long time, and they moved up here. The car is beautiful. The kid probably should have started in the back
Should
and
have.
And gotten some more experience
Seat
before he went
time?
out there. Yeah, seat time, something. But he was running both lanes. And a night like that, it's a really tough night to begin your driving career.
Yeah.
So what do you do? He was told repeat. I can't fucking talk.
Right. Don't
I
talk
talk
to
for a
me. I
living.
can't do it.
I'm one beer and I'm
Yes.
drunk.
Repeatedly.
Repeatedly, to hold a linely who
Hold a
couldn't
line.
do it Italy.
Couldn't do it. And anyway, so yeah, it was a little bit scary. There were some cars that put some donuts on that car last night.
Well, and how many times you got other cars just slap a little piece of concrete from the wall trying to avoid them?
Several.
Yeah, that was
So-
no business being up there. I mean, you got to get your lap time. I'm 100% behind that. Do it in the back. Do it safely.
Sure.
Yeah,
And I
And
think-
listen to the race
I
control.
think that could have went better last night is after the heat race when it was that way. They could have went down and said, we're going to start you back tonight.
Right. When you get warned twice in 8 laps to hold your shit, go to the back.
Well,
just
that's half
breathe.
the modified series, though.
Loyal Purple Modified.
That's half the series. I mean, what really gets conveyed to them versus what we talk about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord, dude.
that's
Don't
me.
drive over everybody.
That's me when I drive a bus every day. I got to hold my shit throughout that whole entire route.
You are a bus driver. That's some scary.
You're not allowed to hit the kids.
Just
my
think about
shit.
this. Your kids are in his life. It's his control.
I drive mine.
My kids love me.
Several times a night. Got a little deep there, bro.
Not really. I mean, it's... Who else did we have run? We had the non-wings. Oh, let's go to the wings.
Non-wings? Let's go to the-
Non-wings had the show.
Let's go to the wings.
Go down to the wings. Let's see. They had 2 25-lap main events.
4 cars.
4 cars showed up. 3.5 minutes for the first race. Was it like not even 5 minutes for the second race?
Yeah, thank God they had no yellows. The 11 car, Corey Lockwood in the first main, was running third and had a little valve cover leak or something
Yeah,
coming
that's
about in
right.
the car, and
It
they were
was-
worried about it.
They pulled it off.
Yeah, he
halfway
pulled
through.
off. Yeah.
Second race, same results.
Second race, he was leading. And the first race, Colton Nelson won.
Yep,
Good
and
battle
Worf
with Brian
second.
Worf.
Yeah.
Yeah, close.
Aaron McPeak ran third.
Yep.
A good showing for Aaron McPeak. But 25 good laps between the 28 car and the 91 car. In the
good.
second main, the 11 car, Corey Lockwood,
He's checked out. He was good.
he was good.
He was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, they got the car hooked up. About lap 20, same kind of issue. A little bit of valve cover leaking, a little bit of oil. I think they probably should have left the car out there, knowing that it
getting
was only
worse.
going to be. Yeah, but it's. They run 11 quarts of oil.
Seriously?
Yeah, they have dry sumps. They're not going to
Holy
run out.
Shit.
My
Yeah,
point is,
you're
they're not
good.
going to run out of oil. If it wasn't getting anywhere except burning on the headers, to me, that's could have been power steering though, because it looks like about the same place. And if it was a line like that, maybe it was power steering and he was running out of power steering. That because it comes and goes.
Yeah.
Power steering will really mess your night up in a sprint car if it comes off. So I'm talking out my ass because I don't know 100% of the issue. But if it was simple valve cover leak, probably should have left him out.
Right.
But hats off to those guys because they had the car hooked up.
Oh, that car looks so much better
Yeah.
from race 1 to race 2.
And after the wreck, the first night of King of the Wing, where they went and turned 1, knocked down all the water barrels, those guys have really done their homework for the last race of the year. Possibly they're going to run down at Stockton next weekend. So
Oh, Stockton's a good track.
yeah,
So, race 1,
So-
you had
Colton Nelson won.
Colton
And-
Worf. Race 2, you had Worf
reverse
Colton.
order.
Yep.
Worf locked up championship.
Yep.
Sure
Again.
he did.
And what was he saying? We were talking and missed part of the interview. What was Worf saying there in the interview? Did you hear anything?
Specific?
I did. I was listening and really caught me off guard where he said this possibly is my last race in
That's
the
right.
91 car. Going back with Pat Russell in that car, I mean, we can start talking about the first drivers of his cars. Steve Mason, Willie Ransom, Davey Hamilton, Rick Veenstra, Brian Worf, all those cars, all those people. They had their own cars too, but they all drove for Pat Russell and won championships. And Pat Russell's in the Wyra Hall of Fame, and it's a no-brainer to have him in there. Slowing down a bit, getting a little bit older. He's fighting some health issues, and the team's getting a bit older. Davey Sheeta, Lemoyne Worf, Brian's dad,
Right.
who builds all their cars, 100%, maintains them all. It's fantastic. But when Brian said that I just went, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
Meridian
missed it
Speedway without
completely.
that car would be bad.
Oh my God. That's
Because
been
Pat
a
Russell's
staple.
quality guy. Quality guy.
Everyone knows that white and orange 91 shows up, and you
Oh,
know
the sprint
you got
car. Yeah, but it's, the super modified. All-time track record's Pat Russell's car.
Before I moved up here 7 years ago, all I've ever heard about at Meridian Speedway was Hamilton, Randy Tolsma, and Pat Russell's cars.
Right.
That's all I ever heard.
Yeah, Steve Mason, when he had the K&K, or the 91 Super Modified, the Northwest Super Modified Tour, dominated. Then Davey jumped in that car when Steve had his issues with his eyes and dominated. I mean, just Davey Hamilton made his name and got Trigueros riding with the sprint cars out of that car.
Yeah.
Prior to that, Willie Ransom drove his Tipke, little roadster, crashed really hard in Phoenix and broke his pelvis. And so Willie had to sit out a little bit there, and that's when they put Steve in the car and so forth, and Davey but Pat Russell had a mountain home. Always been a high quality, good person, and I hope that we have many years of watching him race. But
Yeah.
if this was the last race for that team, I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's history.
That is
I've been a
big time history.
yeah. I've been a fan since I watched them get together, get
Yeah.
the car out there. It's
Yeah,
just-
Brian Wharf never wrecks.
Right.
He doesn't put it. He does. He's extremely fast, and he doesn't ever jeopardize his equipment.
Right.
Brian Wharf is the guy. If I had $1 million, was going racing, I'd put Brian Wharf in a car.
I need more than that because I need more cars for him to drive. I put him in everything. Any car, any track, anywhere.
Yeah.
Wharf, go.
He's one of those guys that should have went. He's any of that shit we saw running at Talladega today. He's good as any of those guys.
Yeah.
My top two drivers, I've said it time and time again. Wheelman at Meridian Speedway, Travis Anderson, Brian Wharf. So,
Yep.
anyway,
Sounds good.
Wesley
Sounds good.
Summers did send a message just a few moments ago. Said that thankfully his mistake last night didn't destroy more cars and that Duda wasn't injured. Definitely a fucking bonehead move. His words.
Who's reading that?
That's me. And he feels terrible about it.
Who you?
Oh, Wes Summers.
Oh, okay.
Driver of the 67 Golden Black
Yeah, just
Pro 4.
yeah. We've all done it,
Oh my
and
god.
I'm glad he owned up to it.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Sure. I remember when I did it.
Yeah.
It's like, I just didn't do that to all my buddies, did I? And it's the worst feeling. You don't care about your shit. My buddies' cars are all tore up.
Yep.
And the last thing you want,
Yeah.
just make a mistake.
Will said that is Tommy's first Superstock win of the season, and Bernardi says could be the end of an era about
Yeah.
Pat Russell. So
That's going to be something we talk about in 10 years too. And that's
Yeah.
the gravity of if that's going to be the reality.
yeah.
Yeah.
Superstocks. We forgot to mention about Melissa already. She
Oh,
She wrapped up
yeah,
the
sprained her
championship.
wrist.
Yeah.
Oh, but sealed up the championship.
but she did sprain her wrist earlier in the day.
Yeah, couldn't make
she
it out and race.
She something about that was her only her third time in the last.
However many.
And it was
she's
because of
driving.
pregnancies. Yeah, because of pregnancies before.
Well, both of
her
those were
kids.
Kendra. So let's blame Kendra for
Yeah,
two of those
Kendra.
misses.
Yeah.
Girls.
Yeah. I remember when they went from Meridian over to Chaparral because there were some issues there with legality. And I remember missing a race or two in there. So I'm gonna talk to my sister Melissa about that one of these days. But I'm glad that she's okay and didn't
Right.
really hurt her wrist that bad.
Yeah, let us know if it's sprained or broken, and just how hard is Artie's jaw for that to happen to her wrist.
Yeah, she must have really decked him. How bad are you hurt, Brent? He's listening. He's commenting.
Well, I know. I mean, but as much as he was talking last night again about Dan Preach, I swear to God, I was crying. It was so funny and scary at the same time. But
Yep.
freaking hilarious.
That was Melissa's 11th championship. Who holds the record for most championships? I wonder.
Kenny, Melissa, both Kennys. Hamilton, Chandler, Melissa, they got to be in the top three.
Yeah.
of all time.
The craziest thing is Dennis Works the third won 2 championships in separate divisions for 3 consecutive years.
Really?
He won Bombers and Street Stocks 3 consecutive years. And that's when we had 30 cars in each class. The cow car and the red 11 car. They were street stocks or limited stocks. I can't remember which, but there was Bombers too.
Rob,
So that was 6 championships in
yeah,
3 years.
3 years.
That's pretty cool when you can do that. I remember Rob Powers did in 2014 Hornets and Super Stocks.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
But-
Well,
And that
Super
was-
Stocks had 4 cars.
Right,
I
I'm
helped
like-
him on that car, so he's one of my best friends.
And
I
that
can say
was
that.
the 2014 Pit Stop Super Stocks. That sponsored the division. Right?
Good stuff. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Brent
Yeah,
says
it was-
Hamilton's got 10 and Chandler's got 10. That's cool.
There you go.
Chandler's got a couple of chaparral.
Wait, so what? Melissa has more?
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit!
Had Meridian,
she's
yeah.
probably good.
Hamilton's got a couple of chaparral, and so does Chandler. I'm not certain if Melissa does or not, but yeah, they all have a lot. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
freaking cool.
Yeah,
I mean, really, that's just cool.
yeah. I ran second to Chandler at chaparral in the championship, so I remember that bad deal. Yeah, he just kicked my ass. I was way back there, but I like to pretend.
You were
I was
never
fine.
that good.
No.
You strung together a couple luck races.
Yeah. So.
All right. So that takes us to the ISR.
The ISRL Pepsi Sprint Car. ISRL, absolutely. Bob Bachman and the group doing a great job getting their cars out there. Also, Pepsi Sprint cars. They're kind of combined anymore.
ISRL and Pro Fours have put on the show all year long. I used to say mini
absolutely.
stocks week in week out put on the #1 show. Fuck no, ISRL and the
Yeah.
Pro Fours guys.
And the ISRL bringing the new cars out with Johnny Giesler
Yep.
and the new Jackson car and Nate Little and Tony
Right.
Ackerlin being in there, Rob
Grice.
Grice. The Montez car all of a
Rogers
sudden
came
is
out.
fast when Brian Newman got in the car. Ryan Newman, excuse me, Brian's son, got in the car. That car all of a sudden went to the front because Ryan is a wheelman.
Yep.
He can drive.
Yeah. Riley Rogers came out last night.
Yeah,
Played
Riley
as well.
came back.
Yep.
Yeah, Riley came out, yeah. And so we had a good field last night. It was actually a neat
Yeah.
field of cars.
On a,
So what happened?
on a very tricky track.
Watching those guys qualify, I mean, they were true.
How many? We had 3 different people loop it
Yeah.
during
Qualifying.
qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. And then, which I think I made a comment about.
Somebody spun out on the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Was it Cigarette?
Yeah, Justin Six car.
Yeah.
Looped it just while they were scrubbing tires.
Cigarette.
That's how bad that track was. last
Roberto
night.
Guerrero.
I mean, it
Remember
was
Indy when
so
he did that?
freaking bad.
Yeah. Pole sitter for Indy. Yeah.
Crazy.
That was comic. I mean, it wasn't comical. It was one of those ones where I know as a wheelman you don't want that, but again, as a fan, oh man,
Yeah.
It was the drivers being aware. I'm sure some guys just said, I'm just going to sit right here. I'm not going to try that outside pass.
I'm comfortable with my position, and that I don't have to,
Lob my shit
grade
up.
all my car onto the trailer tonight.
Yeah.
What am I going to gain? $10?
And I lost the bet.
You did.
I have to pay up. We're not going into what I bet, but I bet that there would be a wreck involving a certain ISRL car last night. It didn't happen.
So
Next.
yep.
It came real close a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, great race. Lots of great battles. Lots of cars who could not make traction.
No.
And 18 Jet, he got out there and held a good lead.
Yeah.
Was conservative once he got out there.
Johnny Giesler's not going to overdrive his equipment.
No.
He knows.
You
He
can
knew
tell
exactly what the program was all
He
night.
opened the gap and then held the gap.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm good. I'm not going to cook it up.
And when he got in there and passed the 25 car of Jackson, he got in there and passed her. He said, "All right, I'm going to go get it done," and he just basically made her check up.
Yeah.
He didn't overdrive his stuff to make the pass either. Johnny Giesler's one of the best drivers we have at Meridian Speedway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I loved. I've watched him. He's not been active in the last few years.
Well, at least this year.
Yeah.
He hasn't. He was the king of
he's
the
ran
week,
some sprint cars around the country.
king of the week
Right.
champion
Yeah,
last
he's
year.
been busy doing real racing.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to watch him come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have some fun in that car. But yeah, he is King of the Wing champion last year. Yeah, so he's ran all over the country in the 25J car.
Yeah.
Yep.
The bad news is I've only been here in Twin, so I haven't been all over the country. My life is small.
Need to get out more.
Cool. Well, we got 15 minutes left in the show.
But it's good to see that number 18 car come back out again.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
Beautiful blue.
It's Chris Rattery's
Yeah.
old sprint car,
It's
I'm
kind of
sure.
that's a a Meridian Speedway mainstay car. It's good to see a car come back out.
Yeah.
So, what do we got? What do we got coming?
So let's see. Are we done with
We got
everything?
dirt.
Dirt. We got the dirt race this weekend coming up
Okay.
at Meridian. So we've got these Trunk or Treat Championship Night 2 featuring the mini stocks.
Yes.
Tucker 3-point nothing because he
Yeah.
won't be there. 'Cause he's
Tucker's
destroyed.
dead. But we got Wardle, who looks like he may get his first championship.
He should. I don't think anybody can catch him.
Yeah, I think if he just starts, he's got it.
Who's behind him?
Sanders,
But Sanders missed a night or two.
right?
So I think Wardle's fine. Who else is running for championships that night?
Just
Pro
many-
Force.
Hornets.
Pro Force.
Pro
No,
Force.
so Chandler won last night.
All the
Freeze was
Force
second.
stuff.
There's a 20.
They've got a battle.
But you got to remember, Freese was fast time and had passing points.
Chandler won the heat race and Chandler won the main
and
event.
won the main. So,
My
it's
guess
almost
is
a
Chandler
wash.
probably gained 7 points or something.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't think it.
26-point gap between the two before the night started last night.
It's probably around 20,
So,
maybe a little under.
Yeah. So,
Dump them early, dump them often.
Well, Freese could have been in that wreck bad. There was a second there where we didn't know if that left rear tire was
Oh
all
yeah,
cut off.
39
Yeah.
was all the way up underneath that car. And it looked like it could have bent the rear end. He could have had a much different night.
Yeah, and God, we got to talk about that race.
Yeah, no,
We only
we-
talked about the start of that race. That was one hell of a battle.
it
No,
was-
that whole race.
Duda and Chandler battling, and then the second and third place cars battling.
No, Freeze and Chandler battle.
Freeze. Yeah.
Is that what did I
You
say?
said Judah.
It looked like
Anyway.
Freeze looked like Freeze was faster, but you know that old saying.
Outside the preferred line, or
Well, the saying catching is one thing, passing is another. So he just
yeah, Chandler knew how to work the line that he had. Gave him every inch he needed, not a single inch more. And they ran, and like they've done all year long, they've had great races.
Clean.
Yeah.
Yep. And then third and fourth running with Bailey and
Hang on. Jordan Harris.
Harris.
22.
Also great race.
Yep.
Just as exciting as 1 and 2. They were side by side, nose to tail. They were working each other for pass, and they were clean as well. You had 2 sets of phenomenal racing going on all night long. That's when I
show.
look at it. Again, when I talk about who's got the best show to watch, Pro Force and ISR have been doing it.
And they've,
Four-cylinder cars continue to do it.
and they've been praised a lot by Adam Nelson
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
this year. So
Rightfully
knows.
so.
Oh, yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
And looking at you have almost an even field mix of the 4.23s with the Honda motors about there. So you've got almost equal power between the two.
They've
as far
all
as
won many
performance.
races this
Yeah.
year.
I mean, you've got to appreciate when you have rules packages that allow for
Those are my rules.
differences that can still be competitive. So you can try to find an alternative way to do things.
All right.
And you have
Show
a Subaru
fodder.
Boxer out there.
We got a few minutes. Show fodder. Those rules that they run under, those rules were actually designed by a guy who works for the government. Let's just put it that way. Works in an area that he can't talk about, and he actually built those rules based on empirical data. He's got a master's in mechanical engineering and a master's in astrophysics. His nephew drove with us at EC Cord. And he built those rules and said, Todd, here's how the engine rules should lay out. It's just the engines. Boom. And he brought up all this metrics of how we have to do all the weight and calculations that cars have to weigh for certain types of engines. That's the rules they're running under. That was in 2004. I thought, this was crazy. So we had a sheet. You have to tell them how much, you have to weigh. It works. Regardless of tire. I mean, you have a Honda, then Chandler. You have a Ford in Freese. You have a
So the Chevy motor out there. Summers runs the only Chevy.
Summers has probably got the Cavalier motor still. You got the Honda F20. You got the BE18.
Yeah,
That's won races this year
39.
in the 39 car.
Once that
You
motor
got the
sinks up, it
Toyota.
goes.
Joe Barton's won 5 or 6 championships, 4 or 5 championships in the Toyota.
Subaru Boxer motor.
It's a boxer engine that should be faster than that.
Well,
they
he's got
will
the new
be.
motor coming in. He hasn't
Yeah,
put the
he
new
just
motor
hasn't
in.
stuffed it in there yet.
Yeah.
So-
that motor.
Those combinations are working in the Pro Force. The rules that they have when they went to the tire that they're on, the 700 small tire, fantastic tire for them. I mean, that's why the class is starting to grow. You got to tip your hat to Ryan Bailey, Ken Chandler, of course, the Duda Freese Harris group, building that class, and it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the Pro Fours are always like this,
Yep.
and now we're back here again.
I see them with who's coming in, who's maintaining, who's growing. That should be a 15, 20 car field.
Okay.
And that's gonna be freaking cool.
I'm still telling you, everybody was fired up that we had 37 wing sprint cars in the pits. Wing sprint cars are great. I had 43 Pro 4s for one of my shows.
Yeah.
43. And we were like, God, we got a D main or some goddamn thing. We couldn't figure out how to do it. And Davey Hamilton looked right at me and goes, "That's a good show, bro.
Yeah.
You brought a lot of cars." I remember that. We have a picture of him in the corner. Yep.
I did it like a hot chick in 2004 as well.
So looking at the last race of the season, October 27th, 2 weeks trunk or treat night. Talking about mini stocks.
Yep.
Jason Wardle's got a 53-point lead over Fred Vigil.
Vigil's in second.
Yeah, and then he's got Vigil's only got a 10-point gap over Jason Sanders, who's in third.
God, that's a great night right
So,
there.
Jason, yeah, I guess if he starts,
I thought Sanders is still over Vigil.
no,
But no, that's cool.
Yeah, 10-point gap between the two of those for second and third. So the Claimers have a 75 lap main event.
Perfect.
On that day.
We'll see Sam and Newcomer out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, he'll be giving out candy. Phenopolis has a 100-point lead over Taylor going to that final race of the year.
And, Taylor's probably the most improved. I mean, Phenopolis did great. I mean, but Taylor's stepped. You could see a doink.
Yeah.
You could see a step that Taylor made.
Well, you watched his first 2-3 races this year in getting comfort in that car, and then all of a sudden he's just blossomed.
Now he's going to battle.
Yeah.
Now he's strapping the car on. He's not just being a slave to what the car wants. He's driving the car rather than the car driving him.
Right. And yeah. When you can drive the car and drive the track and drive the competition, he's doing it.
Yep.
He's doing it. Yeah. And
Kendra is right
I'm
there
a
with him
fan.
as well.
And she is.
Yep.
And I'm a fan of both. So I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
Brent, you got your work cut out for you. You got to have cars for these kids for the rest of their lives now.
Well, and the Claimers as a class, I really like. I mean, when you have Phenopolis, you have Newcomer, you have both of the
Pat Tully.
kids.
Pat Tully.
I was about to say, you
Josh
gotta come in
Jackson
there.
will be there for that race, too.
All of a sudden,
Trust me.
you've got
Top
6-7 cars. And when Seaver comes
Seaver
out,
wins.
and when the
Seaver
63's out and not roasting out
Yep.
his transmission, you've got a class of cars who's freaking deep and awesome.
Yeah.
I see nothing but
Yeah.
good things for the Claimers.
Is that trunk or treat race a night race? Is it
No, it's a day race.
Yeah, we start way early.
I think they start at 3:30 or something like that. I'm kind of looking forward to this one here because I think I hear rumors of more out-of-towners coming in for the Claimer stocks.
Twin Falls guys are coming in
Yeah.
back. We had 4 of them came back for the 100 lapper.
Mitch Person in the group? Yeah.
Yep, a lot of
Mitch
the
is a
guys.
great dude.
Ron. I'm sorry for not getting your last name. Ron. R-O-N-N. Ron. The dude.
McClimus.
Ron. The dude.
McClimus.
McClimans.
Yes.
McClimans, yeah.
So if those guys, if the 3 or 4 of them all come back,
Eddie Cole, maybe.
and the junior stingers, maybe all those kids are coming back too.
Yeah.
We had 16 junior stingers on the track, Todd. 16.
Thank you, Twin Falls.
Holy shit! And I was just on the horn with
Caleb McKean was there.
right.
Racing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
With Scott Gilligan. I was helping them figure out where they need to be to bring their daughter's car out, so they'll be here. We're gonna have another amazing junior stinger night.
Yeah. And I'm kind of wondering if some of those California guys are coming back again this year.
That'd be cool.
Like they did last year. California guy won last year. I can't remember his name.
Oh, the guys from Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those cars. Were
All right,
so
here we go. Randy Kerr
fantastic.
talking about it right now.
Kerr.
He says AAS, All American Speedway drivers, are coming for Bomber
Yes.
Randy can't spell, but he's bringing us good information.
Yay!
All right, what do we got? 6 minutes. We got to decide who was our top contributor. Randy Kerr contributed a lot here.
He gave good information.
Hey, let's go back here.
All right, so we got the newcomer, who's always awesome.
Newcomer. Newcomers on the Mount Rushmore contributors.
We'll give. Gotta give
Bernardi kind of contributed.
Bernardi, yeah.
Bernardi was my backup. Everything I was saying, he was backing up by saying the same thing.
Summers for owning.
By the way, the Royal Purple Modified Series champion Eric Reed and Linda Hammer Hardy are both going to run on the 19th and 20th for the Crate Motor Nationals Las Vegas in the Modifieds. Excited about that.
You know, I hear those crate motors are pretty good.
I'm thinking. So, I'm going to have a hard time deciding between these three. But
So we got Artie, newcomer,
Artie, Kerr, newcomer. I'm thinking we got to put this in a little bit of order. Here, I'm going to say my top three, and you go after me. Fair? I'm going to go. I'm going to go newcomer 1.
You know how I roll.
I'm going to go number 2. I'm going to go Kerr because Artie was actually just saying what you were. He was helping us with the show because he's
Gilligan
show
corrected
guest.
me.
Show
It's his son, not his daughter.
Covered some good information. Yeah.
Yeah,
My bad, Gilligan.
I'm thinking newcomer, but I'm going to have to give out 3 prizes here. So the case of oil, we'll have to give that to newcomer. I'm thinking, well, you guys can change my mind. If you're thinking Kerr had more,
I got my one guy already in my mind, but go ahead.
Cool.
Hold on, I gotta.
I'm going newcomer Kerr Artie. That's what
I only have one guy. That's it. But go ahead.
You can have 3. I'm going to give away 3
No, I
prizes.
already got my one. So I'm ready.
You fucker, you can have 3. How come your girlfriend didn't bring us ice cream?
I don't know.
That's bullshit.
Right?
Next.
Because we shut the door.
Oh, well.
That's what happens.
Next.
Hold on, I'm still
Why
thinking.
is your girlfriend
I'm
here in your
still-
grandma's house?
I'm still thinking. Somebody's got to help her get to the bathroom.
What is your?
We're in here for.
By the way, what is your grandmother making? That is not meatloaf. That's smelling something else.
Oh.
Boy. That's
Ass.
What's she?
She's boiled assholes.
No, she's.
Pop brownies.
I was gonna say. Does she have a med card for that stuff, man?
Her arthritis is, her bunions need rub. Get up there and take care of that program.
Oh, okay. Because you know how I always like to. I can't go with the traditional. I can't take the easy shots. So.
Show contributor.
I know.
And you can choose
Good
one or
Lord.
three for your
I
own
know we had
reasons.
time to kill, but fuck, you can make your
I
decisions.
know. Hey, I'm indecisive. Go ahead.
We don't have a
You
time
go,
limit.
TJ.
We don't have a time limit. As you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but these guys are getting bored. We
Got a pack.
We're
Okay.
like,
Not because he contributed a lot. It's not quality. It's not quantity for me. It's quality.
Yeah.
He offered one comment, and you mentioned it already. I'm going to say Wes Summers.
See, that's because
Because we were just talking earlier about how drivers never take
up.
blame, and he took
to
blame.
stand up. See, that's where I'm at because
Yeah,
he
he took blame.
stood up and he was like, "That was me. I made a dumb fuck move.
Okay.
Owned it."
And we all
Okay.
do, but
And
he admitted to that one.
That's
that particular one.
hard to do.
Yeah.
Did he do that on the chat or did he?
No, you said he sent it right here. He sent it to me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Bam,
I get you.
right there, Wes. Oh, that's the porn link. I got
Porn.
Wes Summers. Boom. right
Share
there.
your porn. Okay.
So,
Next.
so I'm gonna
I like
go with
that.
Wes as
I like
well.
that.
Oh, you might be on
So
board,
Wes
bud.
Summers gets a case of Royal Purple synthetic
I'm
oil.
gonna give it to Wes just because. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Sam?
to stand up and do that.
I
Raise
try.
your hand.
It's these guys, Sam.
You got to give it to a guy who
Yeah.
makes anything happen and
Okay.
owns it. That's
All right.
huge.
Here's what we're gonna do.
That said, I think we do have some Sharmaine's lip balm that can go to the runner-ups.
Brett Hardy. Brett Hardy. Brent's like, that's the last time I'm going to put you in my booth again, you ass little.
And I definitely think that Artie doesn't get their Sharmaine's lip balm call of the night in the very humorous.
Actually, Brett, this stuff actually works really good, though. It smells
It's
good.
actually fucking great.
It's actually
yeah.
really good. So,
I think it's Donovan's best product. Probably.
It's probably what, and I'll give it to this. Both Manny and my mom had a lot to do with getting that made the way they were.
It's obvious it shows.
Yeah. So
And the lion tamer I haven't used. I thought about it. I was going to grow my
because
beard.
your
All right,
beard's
so
like your pubes.
all
They're
right,
just like little
all
tiny
right.
little
So
things.
we're going to do 3 prizes.
yep.
Oh, 3 prizes. Yeah.
First one, we're going to go with, you guys voted. We're going to go Wes
Yeah.
Summers gets a case, 6
Case.
quarts
Yeah.
of Royal Purple Synthetic Oil. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's going to be 1040, 1030, 020, whatever the
you know
hell I
what?
got left.
And you know what? Maybe Wes can start setting the standard here. Drivers should start
Nice,
taking.
Brent. Brent's lips are
There's a handful of guys who do that, and you always gotta.
Second prize, a case of Royal Purple power steering fluid.
That should go to the 11 car then.
11 car.
Wing spread.
We don't know if that was the case.
I know, I'm
But he
just
didn't
saying.
contribute at all.
Fucking fuckers.
So who's in second place?
I would give that probably newcomer.
I'm thinking.
Newcomer already.
Well, I
newcomer.
was number 1 on newcomer, you're number 2. What are you thinking?
Randy Kerr.
Okay. So Sam Newcomer gets.
He gets a Hardy. How you doing?
Sorry, Randy.
Venus Randy doesn't have a race car. Let's give it to Sam Newcomer.
Yeah, but Randy.
Third place,
I like Randy.
let's give Randy
give it-
one pair
One pair.
of
Oh,
Royal Purple socks. I
What?
have Royal Purple socks.
you
too.
have royal purple
have-
socks.
I have 3 pair, and I've been bogarting them. I've got had them all year.
You
I've got
have royal
socks.
purple socks.
The only person that has a pair of Royal Purple socks, the only person is Craig Cotta.
because his feet stunk, and I gave him a pair. It's a true story.
Let me know when you get underwear that comes out in Royal Purple style.
So, Randy Kerr, third?
Kerr gets socks.
Or are we giving Brett Artie?
And Artie's getting the lip balm.
Yeah, I'm going to give
Artie,
get-
this says his lips are silky smooth already.
Well,
it'll be even smoother. Melissa will
It'll
appreciate
smell
it.
better.
Melissa will appreciate it, trust me.
Get your fucking mind out of the gutter. Fantastic. All right.
I'll run some to you next Saturday.
So,
Brent.
All right. So the case of oil, Sam Newcomer.
Yep.
Well,
no,
Wes.
Wes Summers.
Yeah.
Power steering to
Case of power steering. A case of Royal Purple power steering fluid to Sam Newcomer.
Yes.
And we're given a hard to get collector's edition pair of socks to.
I want a pair of socks.
Who are we giving them to?
Kerr.
Randy. Yeah, that's good.
Randy Kerr.
You know, he walks a lot. His feet are going to be sinky.
I agree. So at Warpa, we're giving him the Royal Purple socks.
Oh, yeah.
So Randy, we'll see you at Warpa with your Royal Purple socks.
Wappa. You got to go to
I'll give
Wappa.
whatever out at the Pro Truck Banquet. If I can get you a case of oil for the Pro Truck Banquet between now and then, Randy, I will. In fact, I'll throw a case in.
Randy, when is
I'll
your
get it to you this week.
when is your Pro Truck banquet, by the way, Randy? If you can give us a date on that, or give me the date.
Just dawned on me, I gotta give a case of oil. I gotta stop at my storage unit. I gotta take a bunch of oil to
Well.
Brent, I'll give you some lip balm.
Kerr.
So it is 8:31.
8:31.
I think this was a successful show for not having
Well,
a
that
guest.
didn't suck.
Well, that didn't suck. We didn't have a guest.
We didn't need one.
Right on. Well, for Todd Labronte and Donovan Johns, and our friend on my left, Mr. DJ Everett, the voice of Black Canyon Speedway and the Royal Purple Modified Series, I want to wish you guys all a great week.
Yeah.
Thanks for welcoming back. And next week, let's talk about safety.
Safety.
Let's talk about safety. I'm going to line up some guests. We're going to talk about heads and neck
Head
restraint
neck.
systems.
I've seen a lot of information coming out.
Shout out right now to my boy Kyle Tellenstrom. I'd like to have you maybe bring some product in from from pitstopusa.com.
Oh, pit stop.
We all need to think about the off season. How are we
I
going to improve
know-
our program? And the number one thing we need to improve first, before we even think about our cars, improve our personal safety.
Yeah. I know I need gloves and boots. That's high on my list.
Well, you can pay attention then. But I think we
what?
need to talk about that quality, fitting them right, helmet. We need to think
Right.
about this type of stuff, and I think Kyle's had a lot of experience with that, with his Joe's Racing products,
Oh, definitely.
and with his Pit Stop USA knowledge. So shout out, Kyle. I'm going to try to get you in studio next week. Hopefully we can
Let's
get
do
that.
something fun.
Yeah.
But let's start
Let's
talking about
educate.
safety and schedules, guys. Schedule's going to be a whole deal. For the Royal Purple Modified Series, we've already had requests from several tracks, some that we've never run before, that want our series to come. Of course, we need to honor Meridian Speedway and Magic Valley Speedway first. Those are our captive home tracks. We take care of them first. But, yeah, there's plenty of opportunity to go run for the series. So be looking forward to doing that. The hardest thing that I do in my job, other than listen to the idiots scream and yell at me when they screwed up, it's not my fault, but is schedules. Schedules is not easy, and you guys will see that at Warpa this year. So, but for Todd Labronte, Donovan Johns, DJ Everett, we appreciate you. We'll see you at the races. Bye.